Hello, as you can see, I'm Jenny Kovacs, and today I thought I would just share a video on something that I don't share maybe as often as I perhaps should, and that is not what I do, but why I do it. So I'm now crowned as the Queen of Being Seen, also known as a visibility specialist, and the reason that I do this work really is because I have seen firsthand and experienced firsthand what a crisis of confidence can do for you when it feels important for you to put your work out there, to talk about your business, whether it's the business that you own or the business that you work in, whether it's to provide value to an organisation. One of the things that happens is that for many of us, we get a certain inner crisis of confidence. It's not to say that we're not confident, but one of the things that really drives me, I guess, on this is a passion for having people be able to articulate what they do, like to have their voice heard, to be taken seriously, and to be able to go wherever they want to in their career progression. And one of the things that often stops them is this invisibility cloak that they wear. Now, some people will do that purposefully because the environment maybe doesn't feel safe enough yet, maybe the internet doesn't feel safe enough yet, maybe sharing what they want to share, they feel like they're too junior, sometimes too senior, sometimes too old-fashioned in the way they think. And actually, all of that might be true, but none of it has to stop you from showing up and doing what you do. So one of the reasons why I do this work is because I want you to have the levels of visibility that you need to be able to be taken seriously, to raise your professional profile and to get what you do out there. I would love you to have the kind of impact or leave the kind of impression that you really want to leave out there in the world. For some of you, it's a legacy thing. For others, it's a way of sharing knowledge. And for some of you, it's a way of giving people an insight into the work that you do. I also do this work because I think it's important for you to be able to share your stories. Now, people say share your story, but of course, by the time we get into a professional environment, we have lots of different stories. And many of us get hung up on the stories of us and our lives. And whilst they can contribute to a few stories that we share, for many of us, the story might be behind the offer, the product, the reasons, our methodologies. It might not be just about us personally. So it's important to know how to slice and dice those stories and share. Another reason why I do this work. The fourth reason is around our energy and our vibe. Now, if you're a stoic person, you might feel a bit intimidated or some other way about having to purportedly dance and point online. Well, that's one way of sharing what you do, but it's not the only way. And often, in order for us to show up as ourselves, show up authentically, show up in a way that feels real and very human, and also to show up in a way that fits our environment and what we do. So for example, if you are kind of like working for the Bank of England or something like that, you might not necessarily want to be online doing cartwheels and swearing and shouting. So in order for us to do that and do that in a way that feels real to us and that we're not performing, there are some little tools that we can pull out of ourselves to show up authentically on screen, whether that's how you type it, how you write it, how you say it, or if you're showing up in person out in the world, networking at meetings or pitches or anything else like that. So this is really important too. And then finally, the fifth step kind of has two elements. It's important for you to know how to speak about the thing that you do in a way that shows value. And that's one of my big reasons for why I do this work. But also, it's not just about conveying credibility and value. It's also about how you present it. And it's not about counting your it's not about having the right accent or the right face or the right look. It's more about you being able to convey your credibility through what you say. And one of the biggest questions that I get asked all the time, and I have done for the past 14 years or so, is, but Jenny, what do I say? Should I say it this way? Should I say that way? How do I start it? How do I finish it? What should I include? What should I leave out? Is it too personal? Is it too much? So for a myriad of reasons, it's the reason why I do this visibility work. For your visibility, for you to make an impact and leave a great professional impression, for you to be able to share your stories, for you to be able to show up authentically, for you to be able to demonstrate your value and know what to say without me having to prod and poke you. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm really passionate about this field because I have seen so many people get overlooked and ignored, and it's something that I've been passionate about putting out there in the world for the last 14 years. Why do you do what you do? I'd love to know. Bye for now.